If you like the amateur, it's time for the professional division. Let's first bring out in the red corner. He is our very first pro of the evening. You do not want to blink. These fights are awesome. Let's welcome Sharif Jones.
Sharif Jones getting set to step into the cage here in Pittsburgh at Stage AE.
Sharif Jones, young guy, 21 years old. Comes out of Brazen. Brazen's well represented. Tough fighters, tough gym. And he really feels like he can put pressure on Mitch Killeen and make him fold.
He's coming out looking ready. I like that, the animal.
He's wearing a muzzle.
It looks like
it might be, yeah.
Once that thing comes off, he's ready for dinner. He's looking right at the camera, definitely ready to go.
His last fight ended up winning against James Jordan, who's a very well-rounded fighter. Ended up making a upset on a 5-0 fighter. You know, so
yeah, Jones is 5-5, stablemate of someone whose name I forget, gentlemen. My apologies. From Brazen Boxing. Nevertheless, Sharif Jones, 5-5. He's got a lot of experience, amateur experience. And this being, I believe, his pro debut, he looks calm. He looks ready to go.
They train him well, man. They train him well at Brazen Box, and you know, I keep telling people that Philadelphia is a great spot for MMA. You know, not saying anything on Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is we got our studs here, but Brazen does a great job of training our guys.
Nobody has mugged for the camera more coming into the cage tonight than Sharif Jones.
He is now unmasked and in the cage.
We need from the blue corner, Mitch Killeen. Mitch Killeen, blue corner.
Mitch Killeen is 25 years of age and is from Butler, Pennsylvania. And he is getting set to make his way into Stage AE, and he's not coming in slowly, is he?
No, he's ready to go. Fighting out of Team Evo MMA. He's AMI record of 2-2, and he's got a pro record of 1-1.
He's coming off a loss, Adam, so he's definitely, he looks focused, as focused as I've ever seen him. I've had the chance to train with Mitch, well-rounded guy, but he looks absolutely dialed in right now.
Take a look at our comparisons of the two fighters. Jones, 5 feet 8 inches tall, 155 pounds. Again, this is his pro debut, 68-inch reach. And Killeen, 5 feet 6 inches tall, 155. As the guy said, he's 1-1. His reach, 66 inches.
We should see what happens when, you know, now he's got new weapons to use as far as being in the pro division. Now he can knee to the head, kick to the head, elbows.
On paper, Killeen is at a disadvantage on height and on reach. He's got a little bit more pro experience, obviously, with Jones debuting. It's going to be very interesting.
All right, Killeen ready to take the steps up into the cage here in Pittsburgh.
I don't know how many ounces of fat are on either one of these guys. They look in shape. They look like they've prepared. Neither of them looking soft in the middle.
This is gonna be a fun fight. I'm calling it, fun fight.
Two scrappy looking guys, two wiry guys ready to go, and so are we ready to go. To ring announcer Dan Bogan.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our first pro fight of the evening. These are 3 5-minute rounds. First fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at 156 pounds. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall with a 68-inch reach. This is his professional debut. He fights out of Brazen Boxing and MMA out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Sharif Jones. And his opponent, fighting from the blue corner, weighing in at 157 pounds. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall with a 66-inch reach. He has a 1-1 record. He fights out of the Evolution Fight Club in Butler. Team Evo is what they call it. Their owners up in Boston could not be with us. Send him good well wishes. That's Colleen Martinberg. He is from Butler, Pennsylvania, Mitch Killeen!
Sir.
Sir, come over here, please. Okay. Okay, sir, you ready? Sir, you ready? Come on, let's fight!
Referee Chip Snyder says, let's get it on, and it's Jones and Killeen.
No glove touch right off the bat.
Wow.
Jones picks Killeen up way in the air. That might have shaken stage AE at the foundation.
I thought he was coming out of the cage.
Huge takedown by Jones right off the bat. Like I said, no glove touch. They both came out.
They came out low, too.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
real low. I don't know if both of them were planning on, you know, trying to take each other down. But Jones definitely has the better of it right now. Keeping him up against the cage. He's doing a great job of snapping him down and controlling that top position.
We're getting the bird's eye view. They're right in front of our location here in this first 5-minute round.
Jones working on what looks to be a potential anaconda choke. He lost it now. Killeen's back up and right back down.
There's a possible omoplata right now.
If Killeen can pull off this omoplata, this would be something.
Wow. Oh, man. Oh.
Mitch is trying to figure out how he wants to land because he knew he was going down.
Oh, I think that's it.
Might have dislocated his shoulder.
I think that's it.
Yeah, the fight's over.
Wow.
And Jones
What a
climbs on
slam.
top of the cage.
Killeen was, I could see him, I'm sure you guys could see him when he was being held up in the air by Jones, was almost trying to figure out how he wanted to hit the ground because he was going down. No question about it.
I think a lot of it too was you know, fighter safety in there. I mean, even though you are fighting, you pick a guy up, you are in charge of that guy. You're in charge of where he lands, and you know, you can get disqualified if you have that man land on his head.
Let's get a look at those takedowns. This is the first one coming up right here. Watch this.
This one is huge.
Look how high up on the cage.
Just the power alone.
You don't want to start going for a guillotine when your leg is locked up like that, you know, wrapped up. The guy's already got a strong potential takedown on you, and you start going for a guillotine.
No.
Open yourself up.
Killeen actually had a nice setup on omoplata, but look at the power that Jones is doing. And I think right here, he's actually trying to decide, like you said, where to put him. But also, when you have a man in the air, you are responsible for how they come down. If you bring them down on top of their head, that could be a disqualification.
He brought him down correctly. And what I was going to say is Killeen held onto that omoplata while he was in the air. When you get picked up in a triangle, and I would say the same thing there in that omoplata, if Killeen would have let go with his left leg and loosened up off of that submission, he would have had a better chance of his legs hitting the ground first.
Right.
But he held on to that, and, you know, it allowed Jones to put him right down in a bad spot, bad position.
That was just absolutely wild. Sharif Jones, his t-shirt says, don't feed the animal. He keeps telling the crowd, just read the t-shirt. Let's go to Dan Bogan, our ring announcer. Dan.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee Chip Snyder calls a halt to the action at 1 minute 21 seconds of round one. For your winner by technical knockout by strikes, from the red corner, Sharif Jones!
Wow.
I'm not sure who's more excited, Sharif Jones or his coach. His coach has done more dancing in the ring today than
Richie is excited with him.
Hey, put that hat back on.
Put it back on.
You know, he's from Philly, but check out his hat.
Listen, my coach, it's my pro debut. My coach told me, hey, listen. He said, Bam Bam. I said, yes, Stargis. So you want to make your pro debut March 22nd in Philly or March 15th? I said, Coach, I want to take him to your hometown for you. This man took the time out. Jason Sargis, Walt Moore, Jessica Richmond. They brought me to Pittsburgh. I want to do it for my coach. This is his hometown. So I brought it home, baby. I brought it home.
Is this how you expected or anticipated your pro debut to go? 121 in?
I didn't anticipate the omoplata. I shouldn't have got in there. But I did anticipate first round.
Check out the screen right here.
Let's look at this. That's beautiful, baby. Now listen, I had to finish it early. I just had a beautiful daughter last year, Harley Christina Jones. So I had to finish it early so I could party with my baby before her bedtime. So I had to do it fast.
Before we go, talk about that takedown.
The takedown, see what happened was he did a good job in the omoplata, I give him that. But I looked at the ref because he said no spiking. I said, can I slam him? Hey, listen, these big tree trunks, I deadlift a lot of weight on the Target Strength System. 400, what is it, 480, something like that? 5'10"?
There it is.
Can I slam him? Can I slam him? That was all she wrote right there. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall, baby.
All right, congratulations, Sharif. Give it up.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Pittsburgh, for having me.
First win.
Rich Miller, Robert Joseph.
Back to you, Chris.
Thanks, Rich. Sharif Jones, tremendous. Coming up, more Gladiators of the Cage, the pros, here at Stage AE in Pittsburgh.